Hey guys, this is Anupam again. I'm back, and today we are going to talk about how we can use SAP BTP to extract information, tables, reports, queries from your SAP system and provision that to cloud or wherever else we may want to use that, right? So we have been doing it for a couple of cloud-based systems, and today we'll use SAP BTP. What is SAP BTP? Let me do a quick dive into it. So essentially, if you have been around with SAP, SAP has been kind of separating their integration platform with their core business processes. So what we used to have with SAP NetWeaver is how I think of the BTP platform. It would consist of four main pillars: your database and data management, that's your HANA layer. There's analytics, BI, augmented analytics, which is there, the BW4 HANA, etc., and data warehouse cloud. Now I think it is called DataSphere. And then your PI and the uh, data services, they come in the application integration and development layer, where you could be integrating, extending your applications, creating workflows. And the fourth pillar is my intelligent technologies with RPAs, AI, machine learning, all the cool new stuff, right? Now, with this context, let's go ahead and see how we can use BTP to really, go ahead and extract information without writing a single piece of code. Now, this might be more technical than some of the earlier videos which we had, where you users were in Excel or Power BI. Today we will go into the BTP platform, but don't worry, we'll not write a single piece of code. There's a template which is out there where if we pass the right values in a JSON, we'll be able to get the information. All right, let's dive in. So first I'll open up my BTP. Right, if you have not seen, this is how the BTP platform looks like. And if I go into APIs, I have already configured an API which connects to the backend and gets the information. So we do the best. Please take care. Connect hooking up via SICF into SAP. All right. And that's pretty much it. Once this is configured, you are all set to go ahead and fetch the information which is needed from the SAP system. So how do we get that information? I'll now switch to Postman, which is very commonly used to. Essentially, once you have this Postman, you're passing a set of values to this particular API, and this is the JSON format of the data to be passed. So we'll continue with our RN07 docs or the NV51 report. Essentially, if you wanted to get a quick view, here's what RN07 docs looks like. And when I execute this, I get the data in this format. I think there's 30 odd rows which we get. So if I execute the same one, let's quickly walk through the parameters. What are the delimiters? What is the delimiter I want in my output data? Object type, as before, is R, is reports. Object name is RM07 docs, which stands for 51. Output style is ALV. Variant which we used was USB4SAP 1. And then field labels from the business field labels, right? If I go ahead and execute this, send in a request, and there I get a response. If right now I asked it to send the data over to my Azure data lake. So within my Azure data lake, I have this folder called SAP BTP, and This is RM07 docs is the file which has been created. I can go ahead and look at this data. It is pretty much the same data which we were getting from this. So, what we have done now is we went into an SAP report and asked BTP to go run it on our behalf and extract the output to a data lake. So that's pretty useful that you have users who want a snapshot of the data on data lake. It is also pretty useful if you're building an application or a workflow to use this data. Then we'll see how that is being done in the request response line. All right. So we did the report. Now let's go in and see if we can grab a table as well out of SAP, and look at this table, which is related to MB51 or LFA1, our favorite vendors table. And when I execute this particular report, I get a bunch of data sets out. So let's see how we can get the same data using our BTP connector. So here, what I will need to do, I'll change the object type to T, which is for tables. And here I will give as object ID as the LFA1, the table name. Rest of the parameters I don't need to give. There's no variant. And the data destination I'll keep the same, and field label so technical field names. When I send this over, essentially it is going into my SAP and getting this data out. If I go back to SAP BTP folder, I should have a LFA1 created, which is this one, and the file size is large, but once I download it, it's essentially the same data for the LFA1 table. Now, this is code you want to extract the table sometimes, but a lot of times you would want that you're not dumping the whole table, you're extracting the change data only, and that's something which we'll set up in the next one to show how that can be done. All right. So what we did was get a report from SAP live, and you can use it when we are using the API. You can be pushing it out to a data lake, as well as you can be using that in a request response mode. Also, we pull the table from SAP and store it on a data. I hope you find this useful. Thanks.